Hello, demons, fae, and those in between. This is Dizzy, and I will be continuing the Phantom and the Clone series by Vet 2270. This will be the 8th story in the series entitled Firsts. Here's the summary. Connor and Megan preparing for first day of school, and canon changes as Connor goes to Casper High instead of Happy Harbor. Continuation of AU, where Phantom adopts Connor. Mount Justice, September 6th, Sunday. So, Artemis starts, dipping the brush back in the pink nail polish before turning back to Megan's hand. Are you guys ready for your first day at school? Megan is quick to answer, visibly restraining herself from vibrating in excitement. I'm so ready. I have my outfit and everything all planned out. Connor, on the other hand, simply shrugs. I think Danny's more worried than I am, he replies, looking through the box of nail polish Artemis brought to the cave. He kept giving me lectures about peer pressure and how to deal with bullies. Artemis raises an eyebrow at him, giving him a once-over. Does he think you're going to attract bullies? The Kryptonian frowns in thought. No, I think it's just his own experience. Phantom was bullied? Megan gasps. Artemis pauses her painting with a contemplative expression before nodding. That makes sense, actually. How can you say that? Megan retorts. I mean, Artemis waves her hands around. Just look at the guy. You can't tell me he wasn't shoved around at least once. He probably weighed like 50 pounds max. He was small, Connor admits, thinking back to Danny's phantom form and what he must have looked like in high school. But I don't think he's actually worried about me getting bullied. Hopefully. Hey, if anyone ever gives you trouble, just give them one of your glares, Artemis advises. He scowls at her. He doesn't glare that much. Yep, just like that. She smirks. I would have liked it if we all attended the same school, Megan sighs, resting her head on the couch cushion as she keeps her hand held out to Artemis. That would be interesting, the blonde agrees. Too bad the commute is too far to explain without mentioning the Zetas. I heard Happy Harbor High School is nice, she adds on. Yeah, Megan replies, head still down. Connor, oblivious, shrugs. I'm going to Casper High. It's Danny's old high school. Artemis snorts, then breaks out laughing. Are you? She catches her breath. Are you telling me that Phantom went to a high school called Casper High? Megan lifts her head off the cushion to frown in confusion. I don't get it. Connor, who recently watched the movie via family movie night, smirks in confirmation, sending the blonde into another fit of laughter. To Megan, he explains, It's a movie. We can watch it together sometime. Her face turns red, but she happily agrees to the movie, so he doesn't worry too much about it. Okay, so wait. Artemis wheezes. You, she points at Connor, are going to a high school called Casper High. She pauses as he nods. And your name is what? Connor Phantom? She looks moments away from cackling. That's stupid, Connor dismisses. It's Fenton. The archer plants her face in the pillow next to her, her shoulders shaking and muffled laughter audible without the need for superhearing. The Martian tilts her head at him. Is that your chosen name? She asks before smiling and telling him, Mine's Megan Morse. More like my legal name, actually. Connor can hear Artemis's breath catching in her throat before she lifts her head from the pillow, red-faced. It is not. He nods. Martian Manhunter suggested I be Connor Kent for some reason. He makes a face at the memory, but Danny already gave me his last name. That's so sweet, Megan announces. Kent is nice too, a tribute to the late Dr. Fate, Kent Nelson. Connor agrees with the sentiment, but scrunches his face a moment later. Wouldn't I be Connor Nelson? Before the Martian can answer, Artemis cuts in saying, Wait. The Kryptonian can hear her taking a deep breath before finally, in a decisively calm voice, asks, Is his hero name Danny Phantom and his real name Danny Fenton? Another nod. Megan gasps, then giggles. That's so clever. Artemis looks pained as she replies, "It's really not." Connor doesn't think so either, but Artemis's hero name isn't helping her stance. "All right," Archer declares after visibly shaking off her thoughts. "Your turn," she tells the Kryptonian. He hands her the black nail polish and asks if she could make the phantom symbol. McGann objects, pointing out, "You don't want to reveal your identity." He frowns but concedes and asks for a blob ghost instead. The teen does his best to explain what they look like and ends up getting green blobs with 2 red dots. They're perfect. Meanwhile, in Amity Park, Danny is reading through some of the psych books Jazz gave him. In one of the books, he's looking at teen development and the pressures of high school, getting a way better understanding of Jazz's behavior as a teen than anything relevant to his teen clone Ward. In another book, he reads about infant development and what to do when a baby starts teething, but it gives no suggestions for baby ghosts with fangs that chew through commercial teething toys. He's also searching the pile of books to find something that can help with his third situation. A whirring noise and a giggle have him looking up to see Neil bracing himself into a standing position against Sphere. Situation number 3. How Connor went on a mission in the middle of the desert and came back with a 5-foot-tall sentient robot, Danny has no clue. Connor seems happy to have her. Danny just hopes this doesn't become a habit. Sphere whirls and beeps, and Neil babbles, trying to climb higher, but wobbles and falls back down on the floor. "Careful, baby," he chides. "She's too tall to climb." Danny flips through some more pages, but none of these books are any good for raising sentient Sphere robots. He'd think psych books would offer more information than just humans by now, with how many aliens are on Earth. He hears Neil giggle and stares wide-eyed as the baby begins floating shakily before landing on top of Sphere and laughing maniacally. "Holy sneeze-its," he whispers. Here comes situation number 4. Extra. I was debating whether I should just show Connor's first day at school, but I kind of like having the team get more casual hangouts. Maybe later chapters will showcase Connor's experiences at public school. I just realized I subconsciously made friend groups within the team: Dick, Wally, Calder, and McGann, Artemis, Connor. McGann still becomes a cheerleader. This chapter happens right before episode 10, Targets, but has some details taken from that episode. Trying to see how far I can go without actually cursing. This concludes the reading of First by Vet2270. This was a very short fic, but I actually really liked it. I liked that we get a bit more of Artemis and McGann like being friends, and I also like the idea of Connor becoming friends with them as well. I think it's really cool and also very interesting. Like, I get it because Calder, Wally, and Dick kind of have their own thing going on, being like the OGs of kid superhero sidekick stuff, whereas the other 3 are more recent developments, so it makes sense why. I would really like to see a bit more overlap between the 2, but I get it. Like, people already have like their little cliques and whatever. But this is super cute. I love that we got Sphere in this. I'm so excited about that. I completely forgot about Sphere. They're so sweet. I love them so much. They're so cute, and it's just really cool. I'm actually really excited to see what Danny does with Sphere, considering that, to my knowledge, he's basically like a mechanic, or he works with technology in this, and does a lot of that stuff. So I'm interested to see how Danny, as somebody who does all that stuff, interacts with Sphere, a sentient robot. It's really cool, actually, and this is going to sound weird, but I'm really excited to see Sphere and Danny interacting more. Like, we got a little bit with Neil here, which is awesome. But I want to keep seeing Sphere come into things, and also lovely foreshadowing with, I hope this doesn't become a reoccurring problem when it comes to Connor bringing back strays. So I'm really excited to see where all of this goes. Honestly, this is just super cute, and I'm so excited just to hear more and just to keep doing this. It's so cool. I'm sorry this is a bit of a shorter chapter, but I am trying to keep each of these works kind of their own thing. I know I usually do episodes on chapters, but given these are like part of a series, I'm kind of trying to have them be their own thing. But yeah, that's the end of my little rant. Please do share your thoughts on this golden piece, and don't forget to reach out to the original author, as always, linked in the description, to express your thanks. In addition, let me know if you have any recommendations. I'm always looking to add to my hoard. Speaking of that, real quick, I've gotten a few people worried about copyright issues in regards to me doing things. According to the internet, so take this with a grain of salt, copyright is only really a problem if you make money off of it. I don't actually plan on making money off of any of this, and I actually currently can't. I need over 1,000 subscribers to make any money off of this stuff, so if you guys are worried about that, do not be. It's not something that I can even do at this point, so I don't have to worry about copyright laws at the moment. So, yeah, anyway, just wanted to keep that in mind. And thank you all for listening to this Dragon's Hoard.